What is self-dealing and when do we want it in your Medicaid compliant durable power of attorney? All right, so my name is Jason Neufeld. I'm a board certified elder law attorney. We handle Medicaid planning, estate planning, special needs planning, and probate throughout the state of Florida. And powers of attorney, I often tell my clients or potential clients or people I'm speaking to at a conference, a power of attorney is the most important document I can provide my clients. We do all sorts of complicated trusts and irrevocable trusts and asset protection this and Medicaid planning that. The most important document I can provide my clients is a well-drafted, durable power of attorney, because powers of attorney are not all created equal. You cannot just put in a power of attorney, I give my agent the ability to do everything for me. That doesn't work anymore. Now powers of attorney require great specificity. And I have other videos that talk about why we need special powers that are initial properly to create trust. This video is focused on self-dealing. What is that? When do we want it? And we don't always want it. So let's talk it through. Self-dealing refers to the concept where you are the person signing the power of attorney is known as the principal. The person who you are empowering to make decisions is referred to as the agent or attorney. In fact, that's just those are two common terms. I like the term agent. So oftentimes it's a parent and they're naming their child as the parent signing the power of attorney, naming the child as the agent, or more than one child. Okay. So now the question is, if the principal loses his or her ability to make decisions for themselves, now we rely on the agent through the powers conveyed to them through a durable power of attorney to be able to continue the process of making decisions and really managing their life. Well, oftentimes they'll come to me and they'll say, okay, we need to engage in the process of Medicaid planning because mom has assets and we need to protect those assets so that we can qualify for Medicaid before she runs out. Because I often tell people Medicaid is an incomplete solution. And if we can protect assets to supplement what Medicaid doesn't cover, that's going to substantially increase the quality of my client's life and make it significantly more likely they'll have something to pass on to their heirs. So self-dealing refers to, in a power of attorney, refers to, can the agent enter into transactions or sign contracts or deal with real estate in a way that benefits the agent, not that benefits the principal. They always have a fiduciary obligation to only do something that benefits the principal, but while benefiting the principal, can they also enter into a transaction that benefits themselves? And the answer is, if the power of attorney does not specifically allow for self-dealing, even if it says my agent can do anything he or she wants on my behalf, the answer is no. The answer is no. So we want self-dealing because occasionally we have a home that is going to go through the probate process if we can't rely on this power of attorney. Well, can I create a ladybird deed or a revocable living trust that benefits, let's say the agent is the only child, that's the only person who can inherit? Well, we know that's the person who is going to, we may have a will that says this is the person who's going to receive this property, but can we enter into that ladybird deed, sign the ladybird deed and record it, or create a revocable living trust that benefits the agent? Not if they can't self-deal and the principal doesn't have capacity to sign new documents. Sometimes we refer to a document that's referred to as a personal services contract. That's where, let's say the child's already an unpaid caregiver, right? They're living with the parent, or they're the ones who are managing the parent's life and we've taken them to the doctor's office and maybe providing some unpaid home care services. And oftentimes they're doing this for free. And with a personal services contract, we can take advantage of the fact that the law doesn't require them to do these things for free, but the agent cannot sign a personal services contract that benefits themselves if we don't have a self-dealing power in the durable power of attorney. That's why we refer to our durable power of attorney as a Medicaid compliant durable power of attorney, because we're thinking about these long-term care asset protection scenarios, like the ability to create trust, which not every power of attorney lets you do, the ability to self-deal, which not every power of attorney lets you do, the ability to engage in probate avoidance activities, which not every power of attorney is going to let you do. So this is the concept of self-dealing that you'll hear me refer to if you hear me give a talk in front of a crowd, or if we have a discussion during our Medicaid planning consultation. So, by the way, self-dealing subject means that the agent has the ability to commit financial abuse, essentially. I mean, they don't really have the ability to do it in terms of there's criminal and civil penalties for them doing things that are against the principal's best interests. But we don't want to give that power away willy-nilly. We don't want to subject ourselves to the potential for elder abuse or financial abuse if we are afraid that the agent under a power of attorney is not going to do right by the principal. So we want to think these things through. It's not for everyone, but it's worthwhile to think about, and especially if you have a close-knit family and you have an agent who you trust do right by you, who you're not concerned is going to violate their fiduciary obligations to only act in your best interest, then we want to make sure self-dealing is in that power of attorney, because without it hamstrings my Medicaid planning tools. We have all sorts of wonderful things that we're able to do, but they require a self-dealing power if the principal doesn't have capacity to make decisions for him or herself. So I hope you found this video interesting. If you are anywhere in the state of Florida and you're interested in a consultation, please reach out to us. We're happy to help. If you found this video useful, please feel free to share it and give it a thumbs up and help us get good information out to Floridians everywhere. Thank you for watching.